Yo, my squad stays on point like that. It's the joint. Yo, what's up? Yo, this is Passionate from EPMD. Sending a big shout out to Dipstick. 213. Get it. It's Dipstick, bitch! Spinning off from under this MD paid. You goddamn right, punk, stay out of your way. Cause I clock cheese while you clock Z's, and I don't smoke crack. I smoke MCs, so pick up a pen, cop a squat and take notes. Rappers suffer from bleeding sprains and slit throats. My style, deadly psychopath, schizophrenic. Rapping choke like a carburetor, freeze up in panic. Cause I clock pesos, dump so yeah yo. Another word for cocaine, me amigo, that's Spanish. Terminology for friends. Sit back and ride the Bojack as I sin. Bass funk will be stacked up. From kickers and amps, co-lined up in my shrub. Y'all hear it? My sister's breaking my headlights, I'm blinking brothers riding my tip L. And at the same time thinking, damn, how could a brother be so nice and sound like capital? BE twice, MDE twice. I choose to squeeze, so choose to fight. I like to write, but then to get some bite. And while you was banging on tables, I was banging Snow White. Yo, slow down, baby. Y'all heard it loud right here, baby. Slow down, baby.
I'm saying I was vacationing. You can't quote with your sneak a peek at how I freak the notes. Major MCs but I'm wanna be flats. So retire the mic, get your chains in your back. I want pants, pure entertainment. Tonight, Sean Raymond, you're guilty. Loaded at the bottom of a ham floor. A clip that's whipping to stop ripping. Diving and dipping to get punks and ripping. Just in case you wanna know a few rounds of stuff, I'm down so that's the low. We get burnt the hurt, we tolerated. I'm constipated. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. I'm in it for tick. I'm a weakest, still seekers, not the vortex. So we do nothing. The rip the stage of my aims and get to the same kick. Like Bruce in the rage, I'm on the ring. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. Slow down, baby. And you say New York City. And you say New York City.
All right. Turn me down.
In my fat gold chain.
What's going on here?
On Soul Train. Rakim.
Big
shout out to Rakim for real.
Absolutely, man. Welcome. What's going on, party people? It's your boy Nerzine, the homie TRIFE boys. Shout out to DJ Storm on the ones and twos. It says Top Mic Radio. We is definitely an OT. I know how we do it, man. Over time, man, we pretty much do what we want to do. So, you know what I'm saying? So we still getting it popping, man. And, you know, it's a pleasure and an honor and a privilege. We got the legendary hit squad in the building. You know, and I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to introduce yourselves to our listeners. You know what I mean? Start from left to right, however you want to do it.
From left to right, yo, what's up, yo? My name is Paris Smith from the w.r.a.p group, PMD. Big up to Strong Island, Long Island.
God Divine still turning water to wine, man. Hit squad enough, man.
God Divine still turn water to wine. That was hard, right? Your name is a bar.
Yo, man, it comes from the God right next to me, man. He blessed me with that name about 94. Shouts to the gods and earths, though. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods and the earths.
I can dig it, man, and we definitely want to talk to the God Divine a little bit in a second. But right now, we want to, first and foremost, I want to thank you for taking time out. Come talk to Top Mic Radio, talk to our listeners. I appreciate it. And to Paris Smith personally, I want to thank you for your contribution to a culture that I love so much thus far in your career. You know what I mean? And I seriously and sincerely mean it. I appreciate the contribution that EPMD as a group, and Paris Smith and Eric Sermon as individuals made to the hip hop community. I appreciate it. We needed it.
Yo, that's real talk. We're working on that.
Now we got that out the way. We're gonna talk a little bit because we all know, you know, EPMD, legendary hip hop group. You know what I mean? You might even say one of the forefathers, like one of the, definitely to me, the best group ever. Like group, duo, group, however you want to mix that up, ever. But you're here now, Top Mics Radio. You know what I mean? So that means you have something that's going on now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're going to get to that in a second. I just want to give the listeners a little bit of the setting, a little bit of the what's going on here. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the hip hop listeners now are young. A lot of them may never. I mean, you might as well. You need to kill yourself if you haven't. But a lot of them may have never even heard an EPMD record. I just wanna, just for the listeners, what year was it when you signed your first record? Like, what year was your record came out?
1987 on Sleeping Bag Records.
1987. And what record was that?
That was It's My Thing and Your Customer.
It's My Thing and Your Customer. That was when the singles was dropping.
Yeah, the A side and the B side.
Now everybody's just putting their whole mixtape out. Like, I'm not even wasting time with it. But then it was a single. You got a sample of what the product is going to be like.
Right.
Now, being that you're still grinding now, give me some of the comparisons, some of the advantages and disadvantages of the grind, the way an artist can grind now from the way an artist could grind then.
Well, I don't think there's any disadvantages now. You know what I mean? If you can wake up every morning and breathe, and you have life in your body, then you have the capability and the possibilities to make anything happen for yourself. In the early days, in the golden era, our biggest challenge was they thought hip-hop wouldn't last. They thought it would be a fad. And somehow or another that got lost in it, because if, artists of today would know that, then, they would take a different approach in trying to preserve themselves, and then maybe they would be around for like 2 decades as opposed to being a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
So I think with the internet, I think with the social media, the Twitter, the Facebook, before when we went on a promotional tour, we really had to hit the road and try to hit at least 50 states before the album dropped. Yeah. Now you can just upload and hit one button and you way out there in Russia in like a matter of seconds,
Do you think that's that kind of technology and that kind of accessibility to a public, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the business of hip hop? Like, because hip hop is a culture, we all know that, but there's also a business side to it. Yeah. People are making money.
Right.
Do you think that accessibility to a public, from the artist itself, is that an advantage or a disadvantage for the hip hop as a business?
See, yeah, that's a these are good questions, great questions.
I
It's all, and they're really good questions. It's all according to how much knowledge the actual artist or the record company has that's using the technology. You know what I mean? Now, if you OD on it and jump on a Ducati and you like ning 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 all day, then boom, chances you having a blowout at high speed is great. You know what I mean? But everything is in moderation. We were just talking about that earlier. Everything is in moderations. So the whole point is that it's just not the net. The balance is when you actually get to go out and see the fans on a one-on-one. Yeah. When you get to go state to state, when you get to go country to country, that's when you really get to see it. Yeah. And that's when, the fast food rap is a no-go.
Fast food rap.
Yeah, that means like put it this way, like what was the hottest song in 2006? What was the hottest song in 2009? Mm-hmm. What was the hottest song in 2010? But if you go to 86, you can be like, make them clap.
Yeah.
That was w.r.a.p.
True story. True story. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Because that part's missing. That's why we communicate. I'm starting to communicate like, with the cats with the skinny jeans and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, you really got to start paying attention. Because that era, I communicate with. Basically, that's what the crossover was all about.
You dig that movement?
No, I wouldn't, I couldn't really speak on it, but the way it was put to me, being one half of EPMD, and, really looking up the Run DMC the way we looked up. Yeah. So when you get a kid from that era that's really smart and really doing it, and they put that back at you, if you ain't paying attention, you kind of look stupid. So basically, they was letting me know, like, yo, look up to Run DMC. And you know how when Run DMC and Grandmaster Flash came out, you know, the jeans.
Yeah.
There was a little snug. So,
A slight snug.
A slight snug.
Yeah.
You know, and then we came with the baggy. But then they said, yo, we was rocking that because we was packing, we was holding. They said, yo, we got debit cards, we ain't packing cannons. So, you know what I mean? So
I don't know if I ever caught Run DMC with some aqua joints on though. Like
No. Let's keep it in the paint. Let's keep it in the paint. Like, so,
again, it's a moderation
yeah,
thing.
it's a moderation. Because you're going to be large here, right? That's what the company kicks. Forget the black crowd. You're whack now in the zoot suit, front and black, looking mad foul. Speak for the hardcore, rough, rugged, and raw. I'm out of here. You know? So that's how it goes. The first album, everything is cool. It looked good. Second album looked good. And then that's when they come in and it's like, okay, we got, you know what I mean? We got plans.
I can dig it.
You know, but you don't get crazy with it because once again, it's about music, it's about hip hop, it's about the culture, you know, and it's about the element, the MC, you know, and those elements kind of got lost, and it seems like they're coming back.
Yeah, and you know what? You're right, and it's a good thing because again, it's a whole culture thing, and you know, the music is the thing that was selling. You know what I mean? Like the actual product. And the focus got so much on the actual product that they kind of got away from the things that made that product what it was.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know what's talking to you? I'm getting smarter, and I thought that would happen.
Well, that's how it goes. You know? When you're paying attention.
Yeah.
You gotta pay attention. You gotta, you know.
I'm good. I'm good, Judge.
I'm checking.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So, all right. So you said 86, 87.
87, yep.
87.
That's when we came in with the choppers.
That is a lot of. That's a long time, man.
But that's also paying attention. That's also loving the art form, you know. And again, now it's totally different. Where the record sales may slack, basically the fans said, "That's enough of buying the music. We want to come see your live."
And live shows.
Yeah, and that's really where it's at.
Live shows. I was just about to ask you that. Live shows, how important to the longevity of your career, do you think a live show, having a dope live show is?
I think that's like, it's top. I think that's one of the most important parts of your career. Because if you got a live show, then every time you come in with a new single, a new artist, or a new album, bang. Like we was introduced through Run DMC. We was introduced through Public Enemy. So we didn't know nothing about lip singing. We just knew like what we saw.
Yeah.
So then now that we hear, when we do all of our songs, we sound like the record.
Yeah.
With the same energy. But if you don't have that right, whatever it is you don't have, then your songs don't sound like they sound, you know, you just sound like that on CD and you don't look like that live.
Do you think that it's important to, because I go to a lot of hip hop concerts, you know what I mean, and some of the bigger ones like Jay-Z is one of the dudes that I see that, you know, he goes live, you know what I mean, like it's not a lot of playback, but then I go to a lot of other concerts where, you know, maybe a little lesser known artist, and it's always playback. Like I'll go to a Jadakiss concert and I'll hear the record. I'll go to, you know, one of those kind of guys' concert and I hear. Do you think it's important to not play the record, or do you think that the fans are just, you know, they just want to go showing everybody?
So when you say play the records with the lyrics over them?
With the lyrics over
Well,
them.
sometimes, like, you know, me, myself, the only time I would go over a record is if, you know, the show's 2 hours. I'd probably put like 1 or 2 songs that got a vocal from the, like Brothers from Brentwood, Long Island. I do the vocal, you know, over there, something super left.
Yeah.
But a lot of times too, artists be on the move. Like let's say if you're a regular artist, you don't have a problem. But if you're the manager, you're the label, and you do all of this stuff, sometimes it's just really a simple matter of getting to the studio and putting your show tape together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times artists have that. But me personally, I don't think there's nothing like it live with the instrumentals. You know, maybe the TV track and the ad-lib.
Yeah.
But then, because it's you, it's all about you and your fan. These people are spending money, getting haircuts. buying clothes, parking the car. Some got to get babysitters and something like that.
Yeah.
And it's really just the relationship with you and your fan. So if you could really get up on the stage and let go and have some fun, then the fan enjoys that because you're right there with them. But if it's kind of like broken up and it's not up to what it's supposed to be, you know, I've seen a lot of artists lose fans too by their live show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make a long story short.
True.
It's like, I'll never come to his show. Never. You gotta be kidding me. Yo, and fans are serious now too.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
in some space they stop and be like, yo, you didn't sing Rampage though. It's like, oh, we didn't, but you didn't sing Rampage.
So do you still get out? Do you guys still get out and perform?
Yeah, we've been underground, under the radar. Like we did like 140 shows last year.
Nice.
Eric and I, like crazy countries, Germany, France, Italy, Norway, Oslo, Australia, New Zealand. That's what hip hop is all about.
Yeah.
Hip hop is about covering as much of the globe as you actually can and getting out there communicating with everybody in every country and every continent. If you're not doing that, then you're really not really in tune with what's going on.
Now,
You know?
Now let me ask you this. Like you said, you came up in a golden era, and a lot of the folks who you may have been seeing while you was on tour then may still be on tour like you're on tour
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
Do you see any of those guys still? Like
Yeah.
you in France and you might see this guy's .x or
Yeah. See, these are great questions, man. Again, now don't forget, like when you're part of the hip hop culture, like everybody went through life. We didn't know. Like everybody wanted to hear Def Jam, you know. Everybody wanted to be on Sleeping Bag. Everybody wanted to be on Coachella. So the first time we came through is what we thought it was, and then you go to life and you learn. So some people get back at different paces. So I remember when I got back, Dougie Fresh was already having the crown for the most shows in hip hop.
yeah.
I think he had like 280 or 290, so that was a known fact.
Wow.
And then w.r.a.p wasn't even doing shows, and neither was us. And then before you know it, we started picking our game up. But my whole point was, each year you could see everybody getting stronger. You could see Big Daddy Kane. Remember when he did the VH1?
Yeah.
Then bang, he came up from there. You know. Then you see Slick Rick and Dougie, or Dougie by himself and Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Then sometimes we'll be in VA and we're running the Bismarck. You know.
The Biz.
So the whole point is that each time we saw each other, cats was getting stronger and stronger to the point we was on Rock the Bells with Slick Rick and EPMD this year.
Yeah. That's
You know?
dope.
Yeah, and the difference is before we used to perform the song. Now, the fans are actually singing the lyrics.
That's dope. I asked that because like we do a lot of like I'm an artist myself and I do a lot of showcasing and things like that, and like once you start making your rounds,
Yeah,
you start seeing the same. You know who's on the grind
yeah,
because you
it's
see
a circuit,
them.
right?
You know what I mean? It's a circuit, and I was just wondering if maybe after, let's say, your prime in hip hop and you decide to take it overseas and that's where your money is at, is it still that same kind of circuit where you run into your guys like, oh, son is in here too, you know what I mean? He's doing this thing.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
grinding.
But it's also like that in America for us because of the extensions we have, like with Keith, with Solo, with Das Effects, with Red, you know, and then plus, you know, with Hov sample on our music, with X sample on our music. So even when we was gone, you know, we was still here.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really the Michael Jackson syndrome. Nobody could tell you old. Like anything with old starts with old is real corny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's already a stigma that, you know, when you show up, you got to show up for business.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about your show. You got to have a relationship with the people there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't just go do your song. You know, that's the difference. You know, I stand at the edge of the stage, like, you know, and deal with the people. You got to look at it from when you didn't have a contract or when you didn't do music. And if you was a regular fan, how would that look? Like, you know, if an artist did more of the song and really was there with you. You know, because some artists just speed through their show. They're uncomfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
But when you park your feet and you know, Scratch is our DJ, you know, he knows what he's doing and stuff like that.
DJ Scratch is nice too.
Yeah. It's up to big shout out.
Like
to
he's
DJ
really
Scratch.
nice.
Yeah, like nice ain't the word. Like this guy's like something
Like
else.
he's really,
Super intricate.
I didn't know. I
Take his
seen it
sneak
one day. I
belt,
didn't know.
cut with his 10 belts.
I had
You
no
know, just
idea. I had no.
unnecessary stuff.
I mean, I always knew his name was DJ Scratch.
Did you hear Rampage?
Yeah,
But I didn't know though. You know what I mean? But then I seen
Yeah.
a
I
clip
bug out.
of a
Sometimes,
video
like when we
somewhere.
travel a lot, like you would think because we're, you know, DJ Scratch and EPMD, like we're the group and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I just travel, be bugging out on both of them. Like Scratch is that nice. Like, you know, you have the first part of your career when it's like, okay, whatever. But then when you get back together and you really see, you know,
Yeah.
the art,
Yeah.
you gotta see it some nights.
Shout out to DJ Scratch,
You know?
and all the
Yeah.
DJs who still busting ass with the ones and twos. You know what I mean? That's all right. So yeah, man. You know, I could talk about this kind of shit all day, but but you got some things going on.
Yep.
You got some things going on. All right. So we talked about what. If you want to know more about EPMD, just fucking ask somebody, okay? Because you know we trying to get to what's going on. I can literally talk about this kind of stuff for 2 hours with you.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I want to let's talk about some of the current things you're getting into. Now you're at TopMics Radio. You got the Hit Squad. I seen a flyer for like some Hit Squad reunion.
Yep.
Talk to me about that. What's going on with the Hit Squad reunion?
Well, basically, 2012, the whole Hit Squad got back together. And
Okay.
we sold out the Best Buy Theater. It was EPMD, Fresh, Redman, K Solo, Keith Murray, and Method Man came out.
Nice. I didn't even have to ask you to do that.
Yeah, so.
But you just did it.
Yeah, so. But, you don't stay in there 5 times.
Yeah,
You know, it's first grade, second grade, then you go to 12th grade, then you graduate, then if you want to go to school and become a hustler, it's on you.
It's
but
on
you
you.
don't sit there and, you know, in the same grade. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, all right. We talking. So you all got together, brought Method Man out.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So from that point on in, we got to do that and got to do Rock the Bell, so we got to get up and recharge.
Okay.
So now that we're here in 2013, you know, everybody's okay doing their solo parts, but then also we have situations where we come together and we make stuff happen. So
Okay.
what we have now is the mixtape coming out February 27th called
Nice.
2 Turntables and a Microphone, and it's a hip-hop, underground, just straight B-boy CD. You know,
Nice.
it's not constructed by listening to the last 10 CDs that came out in hip hop and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like you can't be scared to change, you know? You
Yeah.
can't be scared to change the game.
So and the CD is the Hit Squad.
Yeah, the CD got EPMD joints on it, got new, red stuff on it, new DOS, like Dre solo stuff, Scoob solo stuff. You know, got K solo joints on there. Got one of my new stuff, Handle Your Business.
I was just telling the homeboy
Scoob still
Cali
putting
Bud.
down the pen heavy.
Brooklyn.
I was just telling the homeboy Cali Bud how that's dope right there. That fly, that cover is dope. I was just telling the homeboy Cali
Shouts to
Bud
EQ.
how Time for Some Action.
Yeah.
That at one point that was like my favorite song. Like I played what the album was my shit. But that Time for Some Action,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad we're doing this interview because
I
that's
like
what
that
music
kind
is
of
about. It wasn't about making a hit. You know, we was laughing the other day. Like,
Yeah.
nobody could really just Bobby Big Balls, I'm going in the studio today, son, and make a radio hit.
Yeah.
It don't work like that. You know, so when you say Time for Some Action, the second time you said it, I heard it because I know the vibe we have when we let's get ready to roll.
Yeah.
You know, there was no pressure.
Yeah.
There was no stress. We just was making music.
Yeah.
And then once you make music and you make tracks when you're least expecting it, then it comes. Like Rappers Out of Control. Coming straight from the underground. Where Universal Beatdown is a much. So watch that Crab MC. Too late, he got crushed. What was it? The track did that. Wasn't like we sat in the studio and said, yo, let's do something different. You know, and the momentum of creating dope songs come out.
That is dope that you bring that up because I also at one point in time believed that like you go in the studio, you really don't know what you want to come out with. I mean, you got an idea, but you don't know how it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
And then I see guys like T-Pain do 13 #1s in 1 year, and I see guys like Jay who continuously come with a #1 record, and I think to myself, it has to be some kind of method that they know.
Well, it's actually the formula from us, the Hit Squad. That's what the Hit Squad was. We made hits. It's my thing. It's a hit. You got some chill, time for some action. They want effects. Spellbound. Mom's in my business. You know, all day, man. That's not even a half a clip.
No, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, when you start letting off, it's
Yeah.
like you be in that zone.
Yeah. What is all right? So since you in that group, since you in that group,
I'm loving it.
what are you think some of the or do you care to share with us some of that formula? Like, how do you make a hit record? How do you go in there and say, you know, are there certain things? This is what I'm trying to ask you. Are there certain things that have to be in a record for it to be a hit record? Like, if it don't have this, or if it doesn't do this, it's definitely not a hit. Like, are there certain things? It has to be.
Well, you know, I think it all goes back to hip hop and where your heart is. Like when you listening to it and you're on the outside without a mic and you hear KRS-One and you hear Rakim and you hear all these dope MCs, the first thing you think is like, yo, if I get an opportunity, God, just give me one shot. And then through that, you're supposed to know from that point on in, the hit that inspired you. If you come out with anything less than that, then it ain't a hit. You understand what I'm saying? So you're supposed to want to be on a level as KRS-One. You're supposed to be on a level as Hov, on a level as Rakim. And you know, because when you were saying it, I could actually see it. When you was asking me the question, I could feel EPMD. Like, I could feel Eric. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not like we do music like that. We know who y'all are. So just like when you know who we are, when you have expectations of music, you know what it's supposed to be. I guess to us, it's like, you know, because
I think it's incredible.
you know what I mean? Like if you have drum machines and all this stuff up in here, you know the state of hip hop. You know what's in the toilet right now. You know all of this is trash.
Yeah.
Everything is trash, straight up.
Yeah. It's a lot of.
So you're supposed to shut the door, pull the TV out, all of that out the wall, all that other stuff, and get back to the basics. And you're supposed to know. And then, you know what I'm saying? But then what happens is
that he's gonna tell me.
I'm telling you. No, you know why? See, because I'm telling you. I'm telling you. He just told me 2 years ago, like, you know, we never even follow none of our contracts. Like, most people have a contract that you got to stick to. Like, you got to hand in an album by like this and that. Ours was never like that, you know? We just made it as we felt it, and then we put it out. But only from, like, who you are. Like, look at the vibe. Look. How am I put anything that ain't right up in there? Yo, look at this. Mickey Mouse?
That ain't gonna work.
It definitely ain't work. And then you gonna go on the stage with that? Hit that one more time, Brian. Yo, how deep did you come tonight?
Yo, yeah, absolutely.
That's why the number one mistake for an artist is to try to sing a song that the fans of the public don't know. Right. You got most people got a hit record, but they got a new song that they feeling and only their team know. Right. And then they come to a big sold out show with big people on the bill and they start their show off with a song that nobody knows, and then it's a problem.
Ridiculous.
You know? So like I said, when you stick to the essence, most hit records is the pain.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't just write like the pain. Look at Eminem with Recovery, the pain. You know, if you ain't putting the pen down writing about before you had a contract, what like family issues, mom, dad, sisters, bro, that real, then basically, and then you got another big problem because then if you don't have your own label, then you got to bring it, you know.
You know, something that you said brings up another question, because I was confronted one time. Like I said, I'm an artist myself, and I've been doing the showcase thing for a while. And for the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I got this joint called Look at Your Face, and I've been performing it for like the last 4 or 5 years. I perform it all the time because the people want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like that's what when they see me, they expect to hear it. You know what I mean? So I do it. But one day I had another artist, try to clown me like I don't have new music. Like, why you keep performing that? You ain't. And I was trying to explain to him that, like, when you get one, you'll understand. But when you walk in the building and the people are asking for this, you can't just give them something else. They paying to see you. You can't just give them something else. So my question to you is, when do you stop performing that song? That song that's got you. When do you stop performing it?
The one that got you going?
The one that continues to keep you going.
You never stop that. That's
my thing.
You never. That's like you got to chill. You know,
Exactly.
you don't stop that. You're a customer, you don't stop that. You know, those songs make it easier to present new songs.
Yep.
You know, so if I had a show, I would come do those 3 songs first, and then I'd be like, hey, yo, why everybody's there? Yo, I was working on some new stuff, you know, and then you talk to them. You just don't throw it on like, yo, feel me, and this is how it's going down tonight.
Yeah, I like those 3.
Yo, we're not
like
feeling
like
you,
it.
Ted, blah, blah. Ted,
Yeah.
we're not feeling you or your DJ. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Because, again, you're dealing with your people. That's why hip-hop is dope.
Absolutely. What the hell? DJ Storm, what are you doing over there? You know, this is the problem with DJs.
You got to chill.
This is the problem with DJs. They got too much damn power. They just turn the music on whenever the hell they want to. You know,
Alright.
it's a big thing around
You
here.
got to chill.
All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about a little bit more about the reunion of the Hit Squad. Now, you said it's going to be a mixtape. This is going to be like a that piff